Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and I'll hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Football 2019. It's episode number 39 here in the series. Continue to push forward through the season. 4-2 records so far, and we are just getting our 7th game of the season, so we're just past halfway, coming out of a bye week, coming off a 5-game road trip, and possibly the toughest of the remaining games on the calendar is what we have right now. We're 4-2, and UNLV is 3-4. All of the teams left on the schedule for us have losing records. 4 of the 6 games are at home. Fumble! Oh, cruising to our first score of the game on our first possession of the game, and we give it away, and UNLV's got the ball. I think maybe he thought he was cleared and was going to walk into the end zone. Not the case. He gives it away. Good pitch there. Ooh, he turns the corner. How did we not complete that tackle? Boy, big broken tackle there. Another move to the left, no gain this time. Actually lost a yard. This is UNLV's second possession of this game. Like I said, this is quite possibly the most difficult matchup we have left. We have a decent chance of winning out the rest of the season. 6 for 6, which would make us 10-2. Even if we go 5-1, it would already be the best regular season we've had as a team. Last year's 8-4 regular season record turned into a 9-4 season after the bowl win. So, right now, I still have a perfect record in bowl games, by the way. 3-0 lifetime bowl record. I know that at some point that's got to stop. That can't, we can't sustain a perfect record in bowl games forever. So, I would certainly take a better regular season record this year and then potential loss of a bowl game. I'd love to see a division title so we can play in a conference championship. So that's kind of my next targets. We've had a few basic bowl wins. I'd like to see us get into that conference title game. Oh, another fumble given away. What the heck is going on? It's raining, okay. It doesn't mean you're supposed to drop the ball. Dropping the ball metaphorically and physically so far in this one. And they're doing nothing. They've had that one first down after that broken tackle on a would-be tackle for loss situation as we get in here and get the sack. No, penalty, clipping. They luck out on that one. Did less damage than the sack would have done. 4th and 29. Again with they're going backwards. The punt goes. It's a nice punt. Holy cow. Poland gets a chance to return it. Brings it right to midfield. We're going to be on the UNLV 49 to start this drive. We've got 83 yards already, but 2 turnovers. That pass broken up. So my intentions for this episode are going to be heavily around recruiting. If you saw the last episode, you would know that in terms of recruiting, I've done things a little bit differently this season than I have the last few seasons. Generally, what happens as I've gotten into this going for scraps strategy, which has been very effective, I'm always trying to fill 1 for 1. I need 1 quarterback, I fill 1 quarterback. but then somebody steps in, recruits that quarterback. I lose that quarterback. I replace that quarterback with the next one. I did a little differently this time. I needed 2 quarterbacks. I decided to recruit 5, expecting that 2 or 3 of them are going to naturally be lost to other teams coming in. Again, if you follow the longer term of this series, I've got a coach that I set to all ones, everything, or zeros, whatever the base level was, the lowest score you could have. So we're really, really trying to build from the bottom up as we're now inside the 10-yard line. 3rd and 3, though, here on the 6. We've got 77 rushing yards already. That's definitely been the way to go. But this time, the cutback, space wasn't there. We gained 2, but it's 4th and 1. Do we settle for the field goal, or do we go for it? And of course, the play call was to go for the field goal. Me, personally, 4-yard line, 1 yard to go for a first down. Either you back the other team up where you can get a safety and get 2 points, and that's almost the same as the 3 that you could have had, or you keep fighting for 7. I would never go for the field goal unless you're at a point in the game where those 3 points, let's say you're up 6 and it's late 3rd quarter. At that point, going up 9 is a big deal. Or if it's late game and you're tied and, there's less than a minute left, that sort of thing. The go-ahead or the stretch it out to at least 2 scores. Otherwise, I would never call for a field goal from the 4-yard line on a 4th and 1 situation. I'd always go for it. Just about anywhere on that half of the field, really. Punt here, short range punt too. From the 32. They got all the way up there. No return touchback on this one. So we start from our own 20. We're going to go wide. He makes the catch right before going out of bounds. Gets just over the line for the first. Moves the sticks. Hand off to the left here. Quick play. He was actually behind the defensive end before that even happened. It looks more like a little pitch, but it was some sort of draw play. 2nd and 5. Enough space here to get the first. Still running. Bring him down a couple yards later. 9-yard gain by Hennessy. Ware is 5 of 6 for 59 yards so far. Not a fan of the fullback handoff. That play never goes for more than a couple yards. Decent for a goal line play. 3rd and 7 here. We're coming up on the end of the first quarter. It's still just 3-0, even though we really dominated this game. Oh, come on. You got to hang on to that ball. Pittman drops it. 4th and 7. And we're going to end the quarter with a 3-0 score. And in the drive. Oh, never saw the punt, but it's already taken place. They start from their own 15. Solid 8-yard gain there. That's been one of their biggest plays of the game so far. But if not for those 2 early turnovers, we'd be up 17-0 already. And this game would look a lot different than it does. The blocking was really good on that one. Defense was all over it, but the blocking really helped them get more yardage than they should have. But 4th and 3, we stopped the drive anyway. Recover the ball, and I have every assumption that at some point the offense is going to explode and put up a lot of points against these guys. At least from the look of that first quarter, we should be winning this game, not even by a small margin, but by a pretty large margin. That is not a large margin. but defensively absolutely shut them down. But we only end up winning 13-0. So the offense actually really ended up struggling. The only touchdown was a 15-yard pass to Aaron Poland in the second quarter. They ended up with 16 first downs by the end of the game, even though they were just 2 of 19 on third. 446 yards to 301. 15 of 27 through the air, but a lot of short gains. Almost 300 yards on the ground, though. Less than 5 yards per carry, only 6 penalties. We ended up with a third fumble that we lost. That seemed to be the difference between a blowout and the small victory. But a win's a win. We'll take it. Kirkwood with the bulk of the duties. Bentley with only 1 carry today. Cowart and Holcomb leading the way with 8 tackles apiece. Cassidy with 7, but 3 for a loss. Quite a few sacks in the game. 5. Only 2 pass deflections, though. It's a bit of a strange one. And even though we only had 6 penalties, all but 2 of them were for a lot of yards. So that hurts a bit. A lot of pancakes spread out. Just a couple sacks allowed. Reigns had a really bad day for them, though he had 6 pancakes. 3 sacks allowed. And we finish the week. Next up, Utah State. It's our penultimate road game, next to last of the year. They're just 2-4. Definitely one of the weakest teams in conference, except they just won another game and they're 3-4. They've won at least 2 straight. They were 1-4. So they could offer us a bit of a challenge. Okay, we're starting to get other teams coming in on guys. There's another one. So we'll have at least a couple. Morales High. Hey, that's good to see. All right, now recruit players. I'm going to have to go through everything, all 25 scholarship offers out there to see who is being targeted by other programs. Again, coaching ability and low team prestige. I'm never going to out-recruit these guys. Okay, Martin Bird, fullback. I was only recruiting 1, so I'm going to need to replace him. Make sure that's the case, yeah. Okay, down 1 guard here. I have, 4 that I'm after? That frees up 1 scholarship. And there's 2 of them down. That makes 3. So I need 1 guard Down to 3 tackles, need 2. Still got 1 to spare. And now it's 0. Okay, down 1 center. We still have 1 to spare. Oh, I like that. Up to 40 already for that punter in just 2 weeks. Okay, 1 defensive tackle gone. Still have 1 though. And good interest as well. I just don't like that we're all the way down to 820 already. Alright, so on to both. On to not recruiting. And we start with replacements. That's a fullback. Number 1 recruit in the nation is a fullback. Okay. He was good, so let's actually look a little bit higher. I started partway down that list. Didn't realize that we really dropped down the order pretty quick there. Okay, there we go. Selby. 612. Okay, and then a guard. I could certainly go after more, but we'll just go after 1 for now. We do have some guys that are starting to sign with teams. This list is thinning out a bit. We're already at 222. I did skip some. I know we were partway down this list already. Here we go. Forbes. All right. Filled the vacancies, and now we have 6 spots left. And we move into new positions. Which technically there are 6 of them if we were to go all the way through, but I might do 2 here. Okay, just 13 points remaining. I do need 2 linebackers, but then I only need 1 for each other position. So I'm going to skip ahead to center back this time. Center back. Sorry, I play center back. Soccer, aka football, and the rest of the world. And it's just, my brain is so trained that CB is center back, even though in this type of football, I played either corner or safety. So, yeah. It is what it is. I just, for whatever reason, my mind's trained. I can't seem to undo that. Oh, only 13 points left. Yeah. Gotcha. There you go. Alright, we're going to keep this show on the road, keep it moving along. This is a road game, and Utah State is on a bit of a run here after a weak start to the season. So, this is not a guarantee by any means, any road game. So, we've got UMass coming up, and they're winless. And last season, I think they only had 1 or 2 wins, so... Oh, I told you. We dropped the game. We dropped the ball again. Oh my goodness, we've been really bad the last 2 weeks. So we lose 38-28. We were within 3 with 3 minutes left in the game. And that took some fighting back after the third quarter was all done. We led at the half 20-17. Ware had a really good day in the loss. Bentley didn't play at all. Cowart topping the tackle chart again. Cassidy with a huge day. 6 tackles, 4 for a loss, 1 sack, and a forced fumble. Wyman, 6 tackles, 3 pass deflections. Ward, 5 tackles, 3 for a loss. 3 fumble recoveries, but Ware was one of them. Penalties hurt again, and it's almost all big yardage penalties. No sacks given up by either team all game. That's incredible. I don't know the last time I saw that happen. But yeah, we lost that game. Ugh. Oh boy, there goes a whole bunch of players, but they were all ones that I dropped already. All players that I had already dropped. 3 of them were my guys from Oregon, first week recruits that I went after. Freeman, the last quarterback we dropped. Taylor, the guard we dropped. The defensive end, both of them, other teams are in on it. We're going to lose both of them. Same with the guard. Fullback, the only one looking good, and a terrible training week too. So we lose the game and have problems with an issue and with training. At least we've got Hawaii to bounce back with. Yeah, that was a poor week for us. Alright, so we continue with our review of players. Already got 3 scholarships still available. Okay, Rupp is out. I still have 1 spare quarterback. I needed 2. Or I don't have a spare one, I guess, anymore. I'm down to 2. I had a spare is what I meant to say. Okay, Falls is out. The number 41 ranked recruit in the nation. Yeah, I could see teams trying to go after him, right? He will not need to be replaced, as we still have 2. This is one we will need to replace. That was the only tight end I had. At least left, anyway. Steven Johnson is out. And I have just 1 receiver needed. So we're still okay there. Just remembering, I do have a few spare vacancies. That was part of the reason why I was doing what I'm doing here. Okay, we are down to 1 tackle, so I need another tackle. We are down to 0 tackles. I need 2 tackles. Ouch. Yeah, so I'm remembering now that I don't necessarily have to eliminate every position down to whatever it was. We're up to a 45 now on Parks. $31 on that defensive tackle. Okay, it looks like you could use a few points. He's out. As far as I can tell, it's not said anywhere, but I think the way the mechanic works is 50. When you get above 50, it's going to show a team. 50 as in interest. Okay, down a defensive end, but I do have a spare, but I think he's also going to be out. Yes, he is. So I need another defensive end. And the cornerback. That thinned things out a lot. Down to 12 now. This is that time where a lot of players are making their commitments for next season. But they're not committing to us. Not at this point anyway. And so all of these players that I'm after are suddenly becoming the fallback for all these other teams. So where to begin? How about tight end? Set this to the not recruiting. And wait, I did not say you could do that. Okay, thank you for not crashing. All right, Hurley. The Hawaiian character in Lost. Right? His name was Hurley, wasn't it? I know it's a brand. I know. Essentially a skating brand. But I think his name was Hurley. Remember that show? It was a long time ago. Alright. Tackle. Okay, Martz. I needed 2. Keep searching. 1 more to go. This has really been that one area that's still been a struggle for me to recruit. Has been quality linemen. Every season, I just get shuffled further and further down the list as more teams jump in and sweep them away from me. It's like you could never have enough good linemen. Need one guard. Okay, 10 points left. I feel like I should stop, but at the same time, I don't think I can. We've got to start getting after these guys. And especially if I'm going to continue to develop my skills as a recruiter. Which, didn't we get up to 1.5 stars in that? I think we did. Alright, so we need 2 linebackers. At least. Okay, come on, come on. I guess we're still outside the top 200, so we're not doing bad here. Okay, that's a little bit better. And let's grab one more. Let's replace that corner. Not gonna be these top guys. I don't know how far down the list I came on corner. I'd love to see in a future iteration of this game this recruiting develop to to another level from what it is now. Start getting into connections like alma mater. Well, for one thing, kind of using the college basketball system for draft day sports. With your recruiting certain factors, you don't just throw in random points and you get results, or you don't. What is it all based on, right? There's no layout whatsoever. Either you get interest or you don't, and a lot of players, you don't generate the interest for any reason. I don't know what that reason is. Alright, well, that's close enough on that. So we'll take a brief look at the standings here after dropping to 5-3. Unfortunately, San Diego State is up to 5-3. Boy, that's a team we beat. Right, we've lost to Fresno State. We've lost Unfortunately, in that last game to Utah State, we're up to 4-4 and have won 3 straight games. And then we lost to Miami, who's number 7 in the nation and undefeated. So we're still having ourselves a good season, but that was an unfortunate loss. We only have 1 road game left, though, in the next 4 games. So I really think we can start pulling away a little bit. And really only one of those games left is against a quality opponent. So we'll have every chance to grab some wins here. Hawaii and Wyoming at home should be wins. UMass, 9 losses, 0 wins. It'd be ridiculous if we lost that game. And Nevada continuing to struggle, 3-6 for them. So combined, there's only 8 wins between those 4 opponents the rest of the season. 8 wins is 8 wins. They're all capable of getting a 9th. But still, it's looking good. It's looking good. That small chance of 6-0 is gone now, though. The best we could do at this point is 5-1 in that final stretch. And we have really not played well in those last 2 games at all coming out of our bye week. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on here the rest of the season. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.